Mr. Microphone, trying to call the attention to you. Just want to talk to you just for a moment. It's 3 minutes. Have a little talk about the misuse of you, the misabuse of you. Just listen for a minute.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back for a second consecutive week on a Thursday for Real Spill with Fred Lee. Last week, if you was here, I told y'all my name. I told y'all where I was from. I told y'all some things that I stand for and that I am about. This week, I want to come straight from the heart, straight from the book of experience of all life, and just give it to you. What weighs heavy on my heart this April 4th of 2024 is, y'all, we have to have a plan in place in life. We can't just be out here, especially adults, but starting as young as children. We can't just be out here freestyling. You get what I mean? Like, you know, even back in the days, I was born in 88, but in the 90s when we was coming up, you know, I had more mature parents. You get what I mean? My mother was 33, my dad was 48. I had more mature parents because my parents had already had children of their own, came together, produced me. So my parents, I got lucky. They were great individuals themselves. And when you put two great individuals together, they learn the power of working together. So let's just talk about that. I'm not saying that everybody has to be your friend. I'm not saying that everybody has to be in your circle. I'm not saying you got to pick 5 family members and y'all put some money up and start a corporation together. I'm not saying you got to pick 10 people to give 1,000 and y'all can start something together. All I'm saying is I came from great upbringing. It wasn't average. It wasn't mediocre at all. It wasn't good. It was great. Both of my parents respected one another. They had a crazy divorce, but I was a toddler when they divorced. However, I saw my parents sit and consult with one another. I heard my parents, how they talk with one another. You know, as I grew, both of my parents would show up to my award ceremonies and a lot of times sit together. Even if they were involved with different people, they always had a mutual respect that I saw, that I learned from. And I'm a parent right now, and I don't necessarily have that with either one of my children's mothers, but I've always yearned for it. I always strive for it. But the power of working together is just not on being a parent, having siblings, having family members, having the closest and best of friends, having people who are all a part of a common goal, who maybe work together or live in the same neighborhood together, or same complex together, are in the same field. Working together has power, but I can tell you, my parents, they worked together. They were respectful of one another. They would listen to one another speak. They would consider one another in decision making. You get what I mean? And it's so much that I can say, but since last week I told y'all who I was, one thing that I see in 2024 that can still be useful is working together. And how can you work together? Well, let's start there. Get around people who have common goals. And if you don't know the goals of others, you might want to share some goals of yours. And or if you don't like just sharing your goals right flat out with people, just find a lane, drive that lane. I got something on the stove. Find a lane, drive that lane. Let me just take y'all with me. And people will come to you. Find your lane, drive your lane, and people will come to you. And what I mean by people will come to you is when people admire what you do, it's like you get the pick of the litter, because when you bringing people to you and you ain't out there chasing people, they seeing you do your thing that you do well in, and how you post about it consecutively. I already used that word earlier tonight. People are drawn to you like magnets. If what you're doing is productive and inspiring of others, people will come to you. So when people come to you, when you get your pick of the litter, you get you some people you can work with. And if you got people who you can't work with, then of course you got to continue working by yourself until you get around some people you can. I get it. But working together, even in dating and courting, it is very powerful. And if more people work together, and thank y'all for sticking with me as I transition from, I call this my office to the kitchen, back to my office. I didn't feel like going to the grocery store tonight. I didn't feel like throwing anything out from the freezer. Man, I just made me some noodles. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Been eating spinach wraps and chicken breast and shredded cheese wraps all day long. Said, you know what, let me just make some noodles. I was trying not to eat fast food last night. I'm trying not to eat fast food again tonight. Not that it's really gonna matter when you talk about cholesterol, but it might, keep me from going out when I don't need to. But anyway, just the power of working together, y'all. It makes sense. The power of working together with people who just don't do it to say, hey, we work together. But you want to get around people who may share some of the godly principles that you share. Or it's best when it's like that, or with people who have a meeting grounds to respect each other's godly principles to where it does not interfere with their walk in positivity or in life or in love. You get what I mean? Like I got a friend right now, we shared some different beliefs, but it's always been a mutual respect. I have several friends like that. And when they're posting positive content, I'm sharing it. When I'm posting positive content, I'm trying to hold back from a sneeze. When they're posting positive content, I'm sharing it. When I'm posting positive content, they're sharing. You know what I'm saying? And I got to sneeze, y'all. Hang tight. I'm going to sneeze right on this camera. Two more normally come. When I get to talking that talk, I always sneeze about 3 times, or I might just sneeze 1 time. It always happens that way. But y'all, I want to encourage you to drive your lane and drive it so well that other people must be drawn into you, and you get the pick of the litter of who you want to work with. Until you find somebody you want to work with, keep driving the lane that God put you on. Get what I mean? And that's really all. This is what I want to say tonight. My second time I went off. I'm going to end right here. This is Real Spill with Fred Lee. I'm hitting it up on every Thursday. This is my second episode. Y'all subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. See some of my videos I post on every day. Check out my music. And it's going to be more of that on the way. Check out my skits because I act as well. Check out everything I got up here. I wish y'all a great night. Keep it there.
Mr. Microphone, trying to call the attention to you.